Hello and welcome back to the Looking Stylish YouTube channel. Today's video is about creating my own spring capsule wardrobe. I've had a couple of people ask in the past if I would talk you through the thought process that I use and how I look out for things and how I put things together. So that's what I'm going to do today, and this is in advance of me creating the seasonal capsule wardrobe, which will be available for you to buy soon. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first thing that I do when I'm thinking about a spring capsule wardrobe is, or any season for that matter, is I look at things that I had at the same point last year, and I think about things that I could bring back into my wardrobe and wear again, which are still perhaps on trend, or they're pieces which are wardrobe staples for me. I'll have a look through those. I'll have a look at anything that perhaps needs replacing. If I know I've worn something a lot and it's a really good item, but perhaps it's got a little bit worn and it doesn't look too good anymore, then I will think about replacing that. And there's one example of that in this wardrobe that I've created. So I'll talk about that a little bit more further on. So once I've looked at the things that I've already got that I can bring in, whilst I'm doing that process, I'll also look at the colours and the trends of the season so that I can start thinking about things that I might want to bring in, particular trends or particular colours. Now for this season, there is an awful lot of pink around. The colour of the season is called Living Coral. It's one of the Pantone colours, and I did write a blog post about the colours and the trends of the seasons. So I'll link that down below, as well as my seasonal update, which will be useful for you if you're thinking about going through this process. So I'll link both of those things. But anyway, yes, I look at the colours that are around. Now, Living Coral is definitely a colour that I love. It's a colour that I use pretty much all year round. It's a coral colour or warm salmon. So I will definitely be looking out for some pieces in that. I do have some from previous seasons, but I haven't included those in this little capsule because I've brought in some new colours. So once I've looked at the colours and the trends and thought about what I might want to add, I've always got my eye out when I'm working on blog posts or a capsule wardrobe for somebody at things that would work in my wardrobe, so that if I spy something, I'll save it and then I can think about adding that to a shopping list. Now sometimes when I'm out shopping as well, I'll find a particular item and that will be the basis of building a mini capsule around it. And that actually happened this year. So the first thing that I really bought for this year's capsule wardrobe was this skirt. And I have mentioned it in another video. It was an absolute bargain. It's from New Look. Occasionally I will pop in there, mostly when I'm looking at things for my daughters. But sometimes I do find some little gems in there, and this was one of them. I did a video about skirts, so I'll also link that for you. So this item, I picked it up and tried it on, and it looked great. The shape of it is really good for me because it's a bias cut. It's a nice fluid fabric, which is great for curves. And it's a really easy pull on, pull off style. So this was the first thing that I got. And one of the trends that I'm really liking this season is a mixture of camel and black, or a sort of neutral and black. So this is part of the way there because it has got a neutral of black. And it's a long time since I've created a spring or a summer wardrobe for myself which has black as a neutral in it. So I do have black bits in my wardrobe. I do still wear them because of my dark eyes, I can get away with black, but I will always wear it with a pop of colour. And so this worked really well for me because it's got the black neutral, it's got that little pop of yellow in it, and I really like the print of it. So this was the first thing that I picked up and thought about building into this season's capsule wardrobe. Now the good thing about that as well is that I actually bought this jacket in the autumn last year, and because it's kind of a nice lightweight one, it's great for spring, it's great for autumn, and so I already had this in my wardrobe, which obviously goes really well with the skirt. I also have in my wardrobe a little bit like my Eileen Fisher camisole top, which I mention all the time, I wear all the time. I've had so much wear out of it. I also have a similar kind of thing in black, which is this one. And I wanted to mention actually this company, Masai. I've been buying from Masai for quite a few years now. It's a Danish brand and they're really good for people who have curves. Now this top, although it looks like nothing on the hanger, and it does actually need a steam because I've just got it out of the washing, this top literally is very simple, but the great thing about it is the way that it's shaped, and you can't really see it on the hanger, but it hangs so beautifully over a curvy body or over a tummy. It also comes down to a really good length so that I can wear it with leggings, and it covers up the tummy and the hip area. So this is a top which I've had in my wardrobe probably for at least 6 years. And again, I've worn that so much. So that works really well with that skirt and the jacket, and the famous Eileen Fisher camisole also works really well with that. And when we had that really hot weather a couple of weeks ago, I wore that exact outfit. And you'll see that I've also popped in here one of the Capsule accessory bags. So you can see I'm starting to build a little bit of a colour scheme with the black and the yellow and the cream. Now, moving on from there, another piece which I also had in my wardrobe from the autumn, and it's another Masai piece. I will link some Masai pieces for you underneath the video, was this one. Again, it's a really simple top. It's got a little bit of detail in that it's got a little split at the back and it's shaped. But again, that works really well underneath that jacket. Now, obviously it won't work with the daisy skirt. So my next thought was a pair of trousers. And I wanted something that is slim-legged, that I can put in the washing machine, that I can dress up or dress down to go with these pieces. And I've just recently found these. These are a capri pant style, and I bought these in Next. They were £38, so not cheap, but they've got really nice thickness to them and really nice stretch fabric, incredibly flattering. Because they are sort of quite structured and tailored, I suppose, they look great just dressed down with a t-shirt, but equally I would wear these out to dinner in the evening with a nice blouse. So these are going to be an absolute essential throughout the season with all sorts of different tops. So I'm now building on the black neutral and on the yellow and the cream. So with the yellow, again, I had these from last year. They are okay. I said that there was another piece that I thought I would want to replace this year. I had these same jeans in red. They did get a little bit washed out because I wore them to death. So again, these are from Next. They're not expensive. I think they're something like £26. They do them in a full length and a crop. I really like the crop because I like to show a bit of ankle, and I think they look nice with either flat or heels. So the yellow ones are still going strong and come into this wardrobe, but then what I want to add is another pair of the red. Another pair of trousers which I already had in the wardrobe, again these from Marks and Spencer's, very similar to the black ones, but a little bit more of a straight leg rather than a tapered leg. Again, Marks and Spencer's have done something very similar this year in a whole range of colours. I know they had the camel colour, pretty sure they've got black, navy. They've also got them in pink and white. So if you're wanting to add pink into your wardrobe, this is a great option. Again, I think around about the £25 mark. So really nice, really easy to wash and wear and wash and wear. and dress up or dress down. And then finally, another pair of trousers which I also had in my wardrobe are these. They're a wide leg, slightly smarter look, and they look really good dressed up for the evening, but actually I would wear them with a t-shirt and a pair of trainers as well. And one other thing which I found earlier in the season, when I was talking about that black and camel combination that I'm really loving, was this skirt. And again, you will have seen this in a previous video, but I really like that colour combination, and it will work with the black top. And then another colour which I have added into the wardrobe, and that is red. So I mentioned that I wanted to get some new red jeans, so I do need something that's in red for the bottom half. This is one of the Bowden Ravello tops, I think it's called. They do them every season in different colours. They've got a little bit of silk in them, but they do go in the washing machine. Really easy, comfortable to wear, and you can kind of dress them up for evening, but they're equally just as good for work or for the weekend as well. I don't know if they've got the price on here, but I think somewhere in the region of £69, something like that. But they are a really great basic, but they've got that little bit of extra because they've got a bit of silk in them. So this is new. I've added into the wardrobe to go with the pieces that I've already got. And along with the skirt, I also bought the top because I will be splitting this up and wearing it with the black trousers. I'd also put it with the yellow jeans as well, and with the camel trousers as well. Now, it's not exactly the same colour, but this kind of mix of neutrals is really big this season as well, so it does work together. Another top that I already had in my wardrobe from last year was the yellow. Yellow is a big colour this season, so if you haven't got any yellow and you want to get some, you will definitely find some. I will try and find equivalents for these if they're not still available, so that I can link something very similar for you. So again, that one works really well with the daisy skirt, and it smartens up the black trousers a little bit and so on. So you can see I'm now already starting to build quite a few outfits within this capsule wardrobe. A couple of casual tops, the good old sort of striped t-shirt with the slogan. Again, this was from last year, but because it's got the black stripe and the red in it, it's going to fit in with this capsule. This is another one from this season. And again, it's the black and cream, but it's got that little touch of red on the sleeve. And this one I just happened to see when I was out shopping, and because it fitted in so perfectly with this capsule, I snapped it up. So when you are out and about looking, if you see something that is really going to work in well, then make sure you buy it. One more that I had from last season, again as well, it's bringing in the cream with the red, and you'll see that I've also put some accessories in here. This red necklace, which I love, it's really dramatic. It's an old one from Weekend Max Mara, and they're a really good brand to look at for jewellery because they do some quite fun ones. The necklaces are pretty expensive, I guess. They're sort of around the £70 to £100 mark. But my other big option for accessories, as you probably know, is, or especially for jewellery, is Marks and Spencer's. They do some fantastic jewellery. So definitely go in and have a look at it, or have a look online. I picked up these a couple of weeks ago, which work perfectly with this capsule, with the yellows and the black there. So I'm definitely going to be wearing those quite a lot. I also had already in my wardrobe, let's pop that back, this little black and gold necklace, which again works really well in with this capsule. And then as far as things like handbags and shoes are concerned, a tan handbag would work really well in with this. I'd quite like to get perhaps some tan sandals and some black sandals for the summertime. I don't have those yet, so those are things I'm going to be keeping an eye out for. This handbag, which is black and gold, really works well with that combination as well, because it makes the gold on the bag kind of pop a little bit. And it's got this, I don't know if you can see, it's got this lovely etching detail on the handbag as well. So I'm always looking for things that have got that little bit extra detail. So I mentioned that I'd like to find a pair of black sandals or perhaps a pair of tan sandals, but I already had in my wardrobe 2 pairs of shoes that work really well with this capsule. So the first pair is this pair of red woven shoes, which I bought towards the end of the summer last year, so they've hardly really been worn at all. So they will work in really well with this capsule. And this kind of woven effect is really popular at the moment. So I probably can't find these exact shoes, but I'll try and find something similar for you. And the other pair, which I probably pretty much could have built this wardrobe around, is these. So they've got that combination of the black and the camel colour. And even the little detail there, I think, works really well with the daisy skirt, and obviously in with the other pieces as well. Now again, these were a sale item last year that I got from LK Bennett. I got them for a real bargain. And I absolutely love them, and they're really comfortable. This block heel, I'd really recommend looking for a block heel, because I find that I can wear a heel if it's something like that and it's so comfortable. And you do see a lot more of those around at the moment. The other trend that there is this season, which is great for people who aren't good with high heels, is the kitten heel. So look out for those as well. And then also talking about accessories, another thing that I had from last year, which I absolutely love, is my Kate Spade sunglasses. And of course, again, that sort of picks up with the little flowers on the skirt. So thinking about all those little details, when you're out shopping, if you see something that you think fits really well with the other bits and pieces that you've got, then snap it up. And then the final part of this wardrobe, and you've probably heard me mention that I'm not a jacket wearer. I find jackets really hard to wear because anything that is too tailored or structured just does not fit on my bust. I'm also one of those people who hates to be sort of too encased in something, and I find tailored jackets really restrictive. But the one thing that I do like and did find, I mentioned earlier, this yellow jacket, and I'll show you why. It just has such a lovely drape to it. It's really comfortable to wear. I don't feel at all restricted. It moves with me. So if, like me, you find jackets difficult, if you are busty, then this kind of thing will work really well for you. And because of that, when I was thinking about a jacket in black, I again looked to Masai, and I found this one. Now they call it cardigan. They do actually do something similar to the yellow one in black, but I tried this one on and I thought it was a nice combination of relaxed but still being a jacket. So it's a kind of jersey or ponte fabric, and again it just sits really well and really comfortably, and it has that kind of nice shaping into the waist, so it really gives you a good shape. So I will link this one as well. You can buy this online. So I hope you found that useful. This isn't my complete wardrobe yet. I'm still working on it. I would like to bring in some other colours. As I said, I'd like to bring in coral. There's an awful lot of kind of emerald green around as well. that is a colour that I'm going to be taking in my capsule wardrobe when I go to Dallas in a couple of weeks' time. I've got a couple of really nice pieces in there which I will show you a little bit later on. So I will be feeding some green in here, which will work really well with the black as well. And I will be adding in some of the coral bits that I had from last year, and again sort of thinking about any other colours that would work well. So if you're not a warm-skinned person like me, look out for all those lovely pinks that are out there, the blues as well. There's a lovely bright blue which I think is called Princess Blue. Lilac is around quite a lot this season as well, so if you've got cool colouring, lilacs and the bright pinks will look fantastic. And think about for the people who are deep, who tend to find it quite hard to put a spring or a summer capsule together because everything tends to be much lighter and much more pastel in the summertime, then this combination of the black and the camel would work really well for you as well, and add in some pops of colour with that. Lots of red around as well, so hopefully there's lots of variety for you to choose from. And now we're starting to get a little bit more spring weather, and there are a few sort of end of season or mid-season sales, which is where the brands are kind of getting rid of their slightly heavier jumpers and jackets and things, and their real summer wardrobes are starting to come in. So the linens and the lightweight tops and shorts and that kind of thing are starting to come into the stores. So I will be taking advantage of that with the seasonal capsule wardrobe for spring, which should be out fairly soon. If you're not already signed up to my newsletter, I'll leave a link below, because then obviously you'll get first notification when the seasonal capsule is available. So I hope that's helped you, given you a little bit of insight into how I plan my own wardrobe and how I think about planning wardrobes for other people as well. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments section and I'll come back to you. If you liked this video and found it useful, as always, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you did. So that's it for this week. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.